Southwest Nebraska is probably not considered Shakespeare country, to say the least. But even in Southwest Nebraska, we have a little bit. It's called Hamlet. Hamlet, Nebraska, a quiet, small city. A blessing to all that has lived there, including me, because I went to school there, through grade school, and a safer, better place you could never ask for anybody. And still today, a great place to live. There are a number of stores in Hamlet. For example, the co-op, still going, helping the farmers survive in hard times. No city, big or small, stands without family and without faith. And Hamlet has done extremely well in both categories. And they've done it because of this Union Church here. And this is Main Street, and the hill that us kids back 50 years ago would slide down with our sleds on a good snowy day. And it can still be done today. Quiet, peaceful place for people that just want solitude and friendships that last a lifetime. Just north of Hamlet here is a giant old cottonwood tree. Deep roots it has, just as the people of Hamlet have deep roots to this area, because their people homesteaded and came here and made a better life for themselves, and they helped the nation inch by inch become a great nation, and they fought wars. These deep roots go way down, just like the people. You couldn't ask for a better people or a nicer people than in Hamlet, Nebraska. This kind of and this way of thinking is so positive in a world that has so much negative. Consider Hamlet, Nebraska. Here's one of the homesteads, all that's left of it in the Hamlet area. They were a hardy people that came here with conviction for family and God, to make a difference and to feed their families. Well, Hamlet still has that today. And the people there are as strong-willed as they were back then, with a giving attitude and a helping attitude. Small town America, less government, and more help for each other and for themselves. You can't ask for much better. Not even Shakespeare could add to that. Right here was one of my major fishing spots for bullheads. Sometimes we'd catch so many you couldn't even put them on one stringer. And I bet there's still that many fish around today. You're looking at the Frenchman River. Down there's a tree that us kids would have had lots of fun crossing back and forth on. The river gave you all the bullheads you could possibly eat, and a peaceful, quiet place for kids to play, right next to the city named Hamlet. One of the stories I have from my kidhood from Hamlet, little girl, Weimers, she was about 3 years old and was down playing on the river, and she was down river some and fell in the Frenchman River here, floating down, face down, couldn't get out. Luckily the preacher was close by, old Howard, Reverend Howard, and he ran downstream and ran into the water, and here she come floating down, face down in the river. Grabbed her, started giving her CPR, he did. He saved that little girl's life. You think there aren't some good people in these small towns willing to risk and do anything at the drop of a hat for you? This Hamlet, it's one of a kind, and yet there are a lot like it throughout, scattered in the United States. Hamlet, Nebraska. May not be Shakespeare, but it's awful close to heaven here on earth for many people. To be or not to be, goes the statements of Shakespeare. But to live or not to live in a small Hamlet-sized city, that's your options in this world. To live with endless strip malls and stoplights and a cop on every corner and cameras in every building, or to live simple, free, and a family-oriented city with religion as a base. A quiet way to live. You can't hardly beat a city named Hamlet.